Radio static tower, this is Jeremy, Phat Airlines, ready for the April run. Days on the runway, yeah, the mission is set. Phat Airlines flying, haven't seen a pilot yet. Like me, Jeremy, yeah, I'm locking the gate. 30 days on the clock, yeah, I'm changing the state. 30 days on the clock, yeah, I'm changing the state. April 1st, we take off, watch the fleet multiply. 500,000 points, watch the Concorde fly. Twitch locked in, yeah, 2K on the cap. The Phat Rickin' on the mic, put the world on the map. The Phat Rickin' on the mic, put the world on the map. We gon' supersonic, yeah, we rising in the air. Phat Airlines, yeah, we stacking it fair. Spin the supersonic wheel, let the destiny hit. Is it manual mode? Yeah, we never gon' quit. We iconic, yeah, we iconic. 500,000, yeah, we stacking it fair. Supersonic, yeah, we clear for the landing. Top of the leaderboard, keep the fleets to standing. Wheel spin, yeah, trigger the stakes. No ramp, agent man, look at the brakes. Manual mode, keep my hands on the stick. 2 subs for a spin, yeah, you make the wheel click. 2 subs for a spin, yeah, you make the wheel click. Buy a plane, yeah, drop the large or the small. Ground the flights, look, watch the queue build the wall. From the bits to the members, yeah, we keeping it live. Phat Airlines, watch the channel survive. Phat Airlines, watch the channel survive. Radio static, targeting the Concorde. 500,000 points. Or bust. Let's fly. We gon' supersonic, yeah, we rising in the air. Phat Airlines, yeah, we stacking it fair. Spin the supersonic wheel, let the destiny hit. Is it manual mode? Yeah, we never gon' quit. We iconic, yeah, we iconic. 500,000, yeah, we stacking it fair. Supersonic, yeah, we clear for the landing. Top of the leaderboard, keep the fleets to standing. Clear for landing. Phat Airlines, fade out. See you on the tarmac.
Yo, what's up guys? This is Jeremy with Phat Airlines, and welcome to the Streamathon, guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys don't know, during the month of April, we're going to be doing a daily stream every single day except Sunday. The idea here is to see if I can make a lot of progress by playing a little bit every single day instead of just playing one time per week, right? Because usually I stream every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern time, which I'm still gonna do, but I always give people advice that, like, if you want to level up fast, you have to play the game, right? So this is me kind of putting it into action, me going in and playing a little bit more and seeing if that's going to be able to, one, get us more gold planes for free, you know, get our 10,000 silver planes every single week, but two, if we can level up faster, which I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to do. So I have a daily schedule up on Discord, and we also have it now in chat. So you can do Thursday, and you can see what airports we're going to play today. You can do exclamation point Friday to see what airports we're going to play on Friday, and so on for the other weekdays. All right. On today's Thursday, so we're doing 2:30 to 4 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow, Friday, we're doing 12:30 to 2 p.m. Eastern, and then Saturday is our normal live day where we do 11 a.m. To around 2 p.m. perhaps. Monday, we're doing 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Eastern, and then Tuesday we're doing 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern. And then last but not least, like we did yesterday. Yesterday was our first day of the Streamathon, and on Wednesday we do 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Eastern. All right. So I highly recommend you guys join me on Twitch, but we're also live on YouTube. So Twitch, there's a lot of cool things you guys can do. Parachute drops, stream avatars, and we have what's it called? The Twitch goal of the Concorde, right? So we are currently have a Twitch channel point what's it called? Goal, where we want to see if the community can come up with 500,000 channel points by the end of April. So that way I will unlock the Concorde on my Phat Empire account here. So the only catch is that you're only able to contribute 2,000 points per stream. So the good news is though that there's going to be like 26 streams this month. So if you're here, just contribute your 2,000 if you have points. If you don't have points, just join in, stay in, and see if we can you can get some points by watching the stream on Twitch. We also have this thing which I call the SUPERSONIC wheel, which is both for Twitch and YouTube. So for every 2 gifted subs or memberships and or $10 or 1,000 bits, we're gonna bring up the wheel. So we have our wheel right here with different options that we're gonna be forced to do. So you have here like you have the radio comms. So we got like a little sound effect. We have in green as well the captain, so I'll be wearing like a captain outfit. We have in red some penalties, right? So yesterday, thanks to someone Educate, we were able to spin the wheel yesterday, and we got no ramp agent. So I had to do no ramp agent for 5 minutes, and it reminded me of old school World of Airports. We also have ground all flights, so no flights are going to be able to take off if that hits. And then we got pure manual mode. Pure manual mode means everything has to be done manually. No tower managers, no ramp agent. Yeah, that is going to be interesting. And then we also have in blue, where we're just going to buy different size planes that we can give away on the stream. So that's going to be cool. And then in yellow, in gold, we have the buy a Concorde. So we have what I'll do is I'll buy a Concorde on my main account, and we'll do a giveaway that will end about 3 hours after the stream ends is when that giveaway will end. The giveaway will happen on Discord, but that will make me have a Concorde giveaway that we'll give away on Discord. So that's gonna be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited. I'm happy to be here. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that every single stream, guys. So thanks for that, and thanks for being here. Now streams are always going to be like at a minimum what they're scheduled for, but they could run a little longer. And I'm even thinking about today running a little bit longer, but we'll see what today looks like. Today we got a couple things. Actually, no, that's it. I think that's it. I think we're good to go. How do you guys like? If you guys are here early too, we got a different Phat Airlines intro song. I got like 6 of them at least. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a different intro song every day. We have one yesterday, we had one today. If you guys missed it, you could always catch the replay on YouTube and listen to it. I'm gonna have the VIPs vote on which one they like the best, and that one's gonna be the one we go with for the rest of the month. But yeah, I think I saw Wendy, Wendy said new music, and then they said even though it's AI, it's kind of good. Yeah, it's definitely AI generated, but like I try to make it at least a little bit higher quality. Like there's a lot of versions that I threw out because it just didn't meet It wasn't that good. And you know, this one, I mean, it could be better. There's ways to make things better, right? But I'm not gonna let perfection get in the way of just having fun. But yeah, we got Voitando here. What's up, Voitando? Thanks for being first. We have GoNav here as well. Who else is here? We have Magis and Ultra. Arnav is here. Kapua TR is here. Mike, what's up, Mike? You're still at work? Yeah. It is definitely work hours right now. What's up, Matias? Nice to see you. Future is here. Seabird Club Legend, nice to see you too, man. Foxtrot Aviation, thanks for being here. Raptor XRR is here too. Taker's here. Kurotiki is here. Adam Kak is here. Drippy Pixels is here. By the way, shout out to Hammy. Hammy, thanks for 43 months. I really appreciate that. At tier 1, appreciate that. And shout out to Dark Fred for following. Appreciate that too. Who else? The Fleeting said sick beat. Thank you, thank you. We got a lot of different versions, so you guys don't want to miss it if you guys can help it. You know, if you guys can be here. I know we have a lot of different like time zones here, and a lot of different slots that we're doing our streams, which is kind of on purpose, so that way we can get people. Some people, like, this time slot is like super early, it's like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. in the morning, and you know, I just want to make sure like I can be available for whoever wants to watch, not just for, you know, the Europeans and Americans. Yo, Easy Nuts, thanks for 18 months, bro. How you doing? Are you still working the late nights, man? Appreciate that. Shout out to Voitando with the 7 stream streak, and to Drippy Pixels with 5 stream streak. That's awesome, man. Let me see here. Is this the stream only account? Yeah, so this entire month, especially on the weekdays, we are focused on the stream only account, Phat Empire. Now on the stream only account, we have we only accept contracts if you buy the contract using your Twitch points. So you go into Twitch, you go under the chat, there's like a little fat coin icon. You can buy an S-plane contract, and then I will accept your S-plane contract coming in. If you want me to send you a plane, then if you would buy the fat S-plane contract, for example. So that's how you get a contract with me on this account. Definitely a good month, right, to get your contracts in with me. If you're thinking about getting a contract, because I'll be here every single day. Additionally, we have a schedule. You guys can do exclamation point and then the month that you're looking at, but we have a schedule here too. You know, we have like Thursday, so that's today. Today's Thursday. And this is all Eastern time. I know for like some of the Easterners, you know, it might, well, I know like Monday, there's no stream on Monday technically. There's 2 streams on Tuesday. So anyways, but this is all Eastern time. So Thursday, we got Prague, Innsbruck, and Bari today. All right. Tomorrow, we're going to play some Muscat, San Diego, and Innsbruck. So what I recommend to you guys, if you have a contract with Phat Empire, and it's like going to my Muscat, please handle that before tomorrow. I want to make sure we're getting as much progress as possible. And that way we can unlock the next airports in the game, you know. So let's see here. Raptor says, I think on Saturdays the chat should decide what airports you play. I think this Saturday I'm probably gonna start up my new account, my Android account, just to kind of like introduce it, tell people what the challenge is with that account, and kind of go from there. That's the way I'm thinking about for this Saturday. I also like your idea though too. Like, don't get me wrong, I like your idea. So we might do a combo of the two. But also, I just kind of found out that this Saturday, my mom might not be able to babysit. So now we're trying to find a babysitter. We'll see. Which might, if we can't find a babysitter, I might have to make my stream shorter than the 2 p.m. I usually end at. So we will see. Hopefully everything works out. I know ultimately everything does end up working out in the end. What's up, Mr. Rage? We got Hockey Fan here too. What's happening here? Oh, we got a nice little backup here. Yo, Anthony bought 10 gold planes today, and you're almost at 10,000 silver planes already for next week. That's what's up. That's always a great feeling when that happens, man. Like, that's always like so like, it's like a relief in a lot of ways. Like now you don't have to like, I guess you don't have to feel forced to play. I don't know if that's like the right way to word it, because like I guess you shouldn't really feel forced to play, but you can kind of like take a little break, you know, and not feel bad about it. Oh my gosh, Easy, your house flooded. I'm so sorry to hear that, dude. You're in the middle of cleaning up, trying to drop the water. That's crazy, bro. That stinks. I had this one time, and it was completely my fault. But like, I was trying to turn off the water that goes outside, and somehow I pulled the pipe, and then the pipe just started pouring water into my basement. It's not, maybe it did end up being like flooded in a way, but I had to turn off the entire house's water in order to stop the flooding. It was not fun to clean up, so I empathize, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Adam said, I gotta watch on YouTube. My Twitch is buggy. Oof. Let's see here. We got some contracts coming in. We got Educate, and we got Caker, and we got Airplane Fan, and Meek Raven. So we got Caker, Meek Raven. All right. All right, and Educate and Airplane Fan, we are waiting for your plane contracts to come in. If you meant for me to send you a plane, let me know, because I would have to refund you, because that means you would have to buy the Phat contract, not the regular one. What's up, Rhoda Bridge? Exclamation point command. What's up, Time Tester? Nice to see you. GoNav got all stands on max level at MSY. Let's go. Kat said, can you check if my Concorde has been handled at Leipzig? Yeah, we can check. Concords are easy to check because I have them all hearted, right? So we can just go to hearted here. And actually, I gotta look like, what the? I thought I hit the hearted. I didn't. So we heart the planes that are almost complete. I also, in this case, I also hearted some cargo airplanes, because it was the cargo airplanes were taking too long to get to their stand, and there's not a lot of there's only like 2 of the larger cargo stands at Prague. But we have here Cats, which is ready to land. Look at that D-egg. Yeah, we got like all these Concords here. I think Flamingo might have quit, but maybe she will return. We got fleeting negligence with the LHR plane for 75 days, bro. That's a long time. So yeah, it looks like most of the planes are back. You know, we'll see. What's up, Kuroti said, I might be wrong. Don't want to be that time of guy, but I remember saying you wanted to send me a plane. Oh, you're talking to Cats, probably, I think, right? I'm like, I don't remember that. What's up? Is Statue says, do you remember the boost button to make handling faster? That's real old school. I know, right? I do miss that button sometimes, especially when like my planes are delayed. Yo, what's up, Luis MSFS? Appreciate that, man. Appreciate the follow. We got a we had a hype train. Nice. I didn't even realize. That's cool. Thanks for the hype train. Wendy joined World of Airports in April 2025. Nice. What's up, Made to Move? If I gotta focus on the hearted planes. Hearted planes are the ones that are almost complete, or they're special planes. So we want to make sure I'm getting those done. The rest of them are like kind of like 1 or 2 handlings, you know, not a lot of handlings on them. But we want to make sure we get those hearted planes done with. Easy said, I'm still working nights, but you're off because your house flooded. Yeah, oof. Hammy said you would like to handle your A388s on the last handling. Let me do something here. Let me pause the delivery manager real quick. That way I can actually like look through the list. Because actually, do I have it? I do have prefer favorite airplanes. I don't have the stand preference turned on. And same thing over here with Prague. I don't have the arrival sequence with the sizes turned on. So That's fine. I'll just let planes land in the order that they were assigned. But what I really want to make sure is like Hammy said, I might have a couple planes that are really close to completion. You actually look here, right? Oh, you said it was my A388. Oh yeah, one more. So this one will go back. This one will land, then go back to Hammy, and then next time I play some Prague, which is what, Monday? No, Tuesday. Tuesday, I should be able to get some levels with that. But we did reach level 32. You know, the goal here at Prague is to really reach the level where we unlock IAD, which is level 51. So we got some ways to go, but it's always one level at a time, right? And have to kind of just keep playing, keep handling these planes from ourselves and from other players, and that way we can get that level. What's up, Wizzy? There's that plane, nice. That M plane contract, nice. Let's go. All right, let's see if I got some M planes right here. Which one are we gonna do? Which one are we gonna do? Do you want a cargo plane by any chance, Aryan? I got a C. Well, can a C30J even make it? That's the first question, right? Because I'm offering this to you. I don't even know if it can make it. Yeah, it can't even go to Innsbruck. My bad. No cargo plane for you. My bad. I should have checked before I offered, right? We're gonna do I think a 738 that can go to Innsbruck. No, I can't. Man, that's sad. So we're gonna have to do the A319, I think. Which we have. Well, I think we have an A319 here. No? Yeah, right there. Yo, what's up, Matt? Sorry I'm late. I had a conference call. Yeah, I was on a nice little call earlier today. It was nice. It was a nice call. It was actually about YouTube. Got Adam Cack and Lightning Dolphin. Nice. Adam right there. But yeah, guys, this month we are doing a streamathon, so we're just streaming every single day this month, different times every single day. But I'm just essentially just trying to grind out some of Phat Empire, see if we can unlock the next airports. You know, like Prague. After Prague is Washington, right? So we're gonna try that. But not only just unlocking the next airport, we're also going back to the airports we've neglected, right? So like Bari, Innsbruck, San Diego, LHR, those are all airports we kind of stopped playing because I was so focused on, you know, the newer airport, the airport that's going to get me to the next airport, right? Get me get that next airport unlocked for free. So my streaming every day kind of gives me an opportunity to come back in here. But you know, one of the things too is like, even though you got the next airport, there's still rewards for you to unlock, right? So like here, after unlocking Washington, unlocking IAD, you know, one level after that, I can unlock airplanes that I can use at any airport, you know, not for free and in the premium pass, right? You can get some silver planes. So like there's some good, decent rewards that you could use. Here's an A321 I could use at any airport, one gold plane, right? Some more silver planes, so it really kind of helps out, and it's like one of the things that I also tell people to do. Go back to the old airports when you have time, but I didn't have time, right? We were only streaming what three hours a week, and you know there's not that's not enough time to handle all the planes in some of these airports. We got Seabird. Yo, what's up, Hidden? Change our camera angle. Look at how backed up we're getting over here. So, I mean, if we end up spinning that wheel and we get the ground all flights for like, I forget how long it is. I think it's 3 minutes. Man, that's gonna mess. That could mess things up because like this queue is already pretty long, and like we haven't even like. I mean, we're still playing this airport. Now the biggest problem I have with Prague is the taxi time. So we have like this plane over here that's taxiing, but like if we turn on the pathing, oh, we don't get to see its prior path, huh? Here, we get to see the path right here. So it takes this long path, right? And actually this plane is actually going to be blocked from getting to its stand by the planes waiting to depart. You see how much of a queue there is here? This A20N is going to have a problem, or it's going to have to wait to get to its stand. And then, you know, let alone once we start having to like have some large planes, some DEF planes coming in, that's going to take even longer to taxi. But I did pre-land a bunch of planes here today, so we did have a bunch of planes at the stands already, just so I can have planes to handle immediately as soon as we load into the airport. But the bad part about that at Prague, at least, is that it's a shorter distance to leave the airport than it is to like get into the airport, right? So we're going to quickly see how fast this airport's going to get empty, and then we're also going to see how slow it is for all these airplanes to get to their stand. It's something I didn't really notice much of when I first started playing, when I first played Prague as a new player. But like now as an existing player, especially after like experiencing like 2 runway airports, 3 runway airports, 4 runway airports, right? It kind of makes me remember how slow this could be, right? So, got here. Now says they chat with the WOA WhatsApp community. Interesting, nice. It is almost 3 p.m. for me, yeah. Do you think it's weird owning a tornado siren? I mean, if you live in New Jersey, it's probably weird. We don't really get tornadoes over here. But like in other parts of the world and country, it's very necessary, right? Like even if you live in New Jersey, like sometimes you just you want to be prepared, you know? I don't judge with that. Adam Kak said Prague is a death sentence because of the taxi times. It is a pretty long waits for some of these planes, especially with how quick. What I really should be doing is I should be putting like minimum ground crew on these planes, so that way they're spending a little bit more time at the stand. But I feel like that's still going to give me the same problem, where at a certain point these planes are going to just be lined up to queue and take forever. Arnav, have a great night, man. Thanks for hopping in at 11 p.m. Appreciate that, bro. You're in Virginia, Wendy? So, I don't think Virginia gets a lot of tornadoes, do they? Bleeding said Concorde A20 and A321 NXs are on my way. Nice. Let's take a look. Maybe not yet. Maybe. Oh, they haven't taken off from your airport. That's probably what happened. Because what happens in World of Airports now is, you know, even though planes push back, they used to be where if the plane was pushing back, then the plane was on its way. But now the plane is actually not on its way until the plane lifts off from the ground. Once the plane lifts off from the ground, then it's going to show up on your radar as an outbound plane. So, yep. Wait, Tondo said I'm in the middle of a forest, so I have to do just sound. Oh, yeah, you're in a car, right, Voitondo? Thanks for joining in, man. Appreciate that. Salo Lima said, hey man, I need some help. I'm with 10 gold planes and level 34 of Bari Airport. Do you think it's better to get 30 and buy the Prague pass? I mean, let's go through, since I'm at Prague, we could talk about the Prague pass real easy, right? I think every single premium pass is worth it, especially with any airport where the gold plane cost is 30 gold planes or less, right? But at Prague, you know, you get the 4 extra handling crew at level 6. You get a few airplanes in the beginning, and like these airplanes can go to other players, so that's pretty nice, right? You get a livery for your for AT-76s, which you do get in the free pass, so that's pretty nice as well. Handling crew is always nice because if you look over here, you know, 5 handling crew is 45 gold planes, and you're getting 4 for 30, you know, and let alone all the other stuff you get and the additional handling crew you're going to get later on. So that's really nice. You get some more liveries for E-170, which is very convenient. Extra contract slots are really nice, but you're kind of a long way from getting to 30, right? So, and it's really hard when you're only at Innsbruck or when you're only at Bari to get a lot of silver planes, right? Like silver planes don't really start to like pile up until you have like multiple airports. And even then you still have to kind of play like a little bit every single day, so that way you can really get those silver planes, you know, stacking up. But do I think the Prague premium pass is worth it? Yeah, 100% I do. You know, there's no, I don't think there, oh, you do get a DH-64 at the end, which is pretty cool, which is like a $1 million Waller plane. And I know some people just end up selling it so that way they can get them, get some Wallers, and then they buy like a large plane or an extra large plane. So you get the DH-64 over here, which is really nice. But yeah, this is a pretty solid premium pass. The fact that it's 30 gold planes or less really make it an instant buy, in my opinion. I have to scroll back up in chat. Let's see. DM Airline said, what I usually do is handle only the wide bodies first, so the smaller planes don't block the taxi path. But I guess that's just the reality of Prague. Yeah. And the thing is like I have so much handling crew too. It's like I just don't want them to not be used, you know. But maybe that is a good idea, a good strategy to like keep in mind. Like maybe we don't have to. We can leave these planes just like being unhandled. Because what's going to end up happening too is we're going to start getting some, or do we have any? No, we don't have any yet. But we're going to start getting some larger planes that are going to need to go to their large stands, right? So like we have a large stand over here. We have a large stand right here, a larger stand right there, and a larger stand right here. All of those stands are going to be blocked right now. These stands over here are not blocked, so that's really good. And this stand as well for a larger plane is not blocked, but all the other ones are blocked, right? So that's going to cause some really big delays. Usually when that happens, that kind of delay happens, what I end up doing is I either start manually taking off planes. So like I tell this plane to line up, so that way I can clear up some room. Or if I'm not ready to manually play, let me just add some time on here. If I'm not ready to manually play, I'll increase the departure ratio, so that way there's for one arrival there's like 3 departures. Maybe I'll even go up to 5, but for now we're going to keep it at 1 to 1. I might just manually go in there and try to update it myself. try to have some more planes taken off. But we will have to see, because we're gonna definitely get backed up. There's a minute on this A388. That is going to really back us up. What's up, AI Torino? Torre Reno. So, hey Phat, what's the airport you really want into the game? I don't really have like any like desires for like airports in the game. I mean, like any cool airport with like a destination that I would want to visit is like going to be on the top of my list, because like my one of my goals, and one of the things I'm going to be doing with this channel in the future, is like visiting the airports that are in World of Airports in real life. So actually in August this year, I'm going on a cruise, and one of the cruise stops is at St. Martin. So I already booked an excursion that takes us to Princess Juliana International Airport, which is SXM in the game, right? So I already have an excursion that's going to take me there. We're going to do some is it scuba? I don't know. We're going to be in the water that should be like by the airport. So I'm planning like a real life like vlog type video, so that way I can go over, what does this excursion feel like, what does this vacation feel like, but also how does St. Martin in the game compare to real life. So I'm looking forward to that video. I haven't worked on my storyboard for that in a bit. I was working on it a couple of weeks ago. I'm looking for sponsors for that video, because it's gonna I want it to be a higher quality video. I'm gonna like be paying for an editor to edit it, so that way it's high quality. I have shots already planned that I want to take. I have a 360 camera, I have my Meta sunglasses, I have my iPhone, I just bought equipment for my 360 camera, so that way I can strap it to my chest or wear it on my wrist. The only thing I need to do next is buy a dive kit for it, so that way I can bring it underwater. But that's gonna come next. I'm not in a hurry to get that, because I have nowhere to test that out. So I'm gonna have to wait to test it. But ultimately, I'm pretty excited for it. That video, I can't wait to see what that turns up looking like. And going to other airports that are in the game is going to be exciting for me too. Wendy said one of my favorite games is shutting down June 1st. Oof, I hate it when that happens. That's why like I definitely recommend and encourage people to like buy gold planes if you enjoy playing World of Airports. And not just World of Airports, but like any game that you play, support the things that you enjoy, right? Because especially if they're a free game, right? Because not all of these games are backed by like big money. For example, World of Airports, they're a small developer team, right? So it takes money to like run the servers. It takes money to feed their families, to do all those things. So there's a lot of things that take money. Now, World of Airports is such a cool game and unique game because it is completely free to play if you want it to be, right? You're never forced into an advertisement in World of Airports. You're never forced to buy any gold plans that you don't want to buy. There's people who have the Concorde unlock without spending a single dime, So definitely, I mean, not that I recommend that. I recommend you support the things. If you're playing the game so much that you can unlock a Concorde, maybe you should buy something from in the game, right? You've gotten plenty of time, plenty of value out of there. Buy something in the game. Support the developers. Make sure the game doesn't shut down. But yeah, it is possible. That's what I'm trying to get at. But support the games that you enjoy, because like they can always go away, and that's one thing that happened. I forget which game it was, but it happened to me in the past where there was a game that I really enjoyed watching or playing, and it shut down, and that made me really sad. It was when I was younger. I wasn't working, so it's like I couldn't spend money on it, you know. I didn't have a credit card or anything that I could put money into the game, so like I didn't have that option. But now, as an adult, I make sure that if it's a game that I enjoy playing, and especially if it's free to play, then I'm going to make sure I keep my support behind it financially. Snorkeling, thank you, Ultra. That's what I was looking for. It's not scuba. I knew it wasn't scuba, but I couldn't think of the right word. And then Voitana says scuba diving is with the oxygen tank. Yeah, snorkeling. There you go. I knew it wasn't scuba, but I was like, what is the thing called when you're just like at the water surface, but like you can stay underwater for a long time because you have the pipe going to your mouth so you can still breathe. I did go scuba diving once in Mexico, and that was really fun. I can't wait to do that again. What's up, Plain X Gaming Official? Nice to see you. Hammy, nice to see you. Hammy said, did you land the A388? No, I don't think I even scheduled it. Oops. Here we go. So we got the Hearted planes. We're gonna land it over here. We got a bunch of Concordes waiting to land as well. So we're gonna get Cats landed. We're also going to get I'm gonna skip over Flamingo because I think she quit the game, so I don't want to, like, hate to say it like this, maybe I could find a better way to say it, but I don't want to prioritize that plane if I'm never gonna see it again, you know, even though they're pretty close. Whereas, like, I know if I handle Tony Airways, if I handle Mert's plane, then I know I'm gonna see it, you know. France, Japan, even though they're only at 1, whereas like Flamingos is at 8, so I would really want to land Flamingos first. But we're gonna go ahead and just play it safe here. I hope Flamingo does return, you know, especially now that we can switch accounts back again. You know, there's a lot of things that cause people to leave the game, or leave games in general. World of Airports has 1 million player average in one of the popular games, aka Terraria has 80,000 player average. Where'd you get that info from? That's pretty cool. I think Kuba might have mentioned something about like how many active players they have. I just don't. It's not coming to my mind. I don't remember it. So maybe was it in that interview? Either way, that's pretty cool. 1 million's a lot, man. Oh, I forgot to check my food. I got a package delivery. You guys are freaking out about that landing. That landing was cool. It was crazy, right? I saw that one too. Strawberry. I had strawberry yogurt today. I had toasted marshmallow yogurt. I had cookie dough yogurt. That was good. What else I have? I have my protein shake too. That way, in case my stream runs long, I'm not like I'm not starving, you know. I can protein shake. I'm excited for that too. Oh my gosh, ain't no way I ate 1,000 calories. What the heck? No way. But yeah, we're gonna be here every day this month. We're doing a live stream. I'm calling it the Streamathon, and we have a lot of cool things in our stream for this month. You know, we have the Concorde unlock that is being worked on. So on Twitch, if you guys contribute your Twitch points, your fat coins, towards unlocking the Concorde, if we reach 500,000 points as a community contributed, then I'm going to unlock the Concorde on my Phat Empire account, and we are going to also set up a way for that plane to be given away. You know, so that's exciting. We also have a spin the wheel where we have a bunch of different options here, so that way we can either buy new planes, add an additional challenge to the game for a few minutes, do a Concorde giveaway from my main account, or some fun, you know, add-ons that we could do to the stream for a few minutes as well. So that's the spin the wheel exclamation point wheel will tell you what you got to do. It's gifted subs and for donations as well. Bleeding said the planes have taken off. Nice. Let's take a look. Look at that. So you got the Concorde. I can't click it. Oh, I did click it. That comes in 3 minutes. And then I think like the rest of his planes, yeah, the rest of their planes come in like 13 minutes. I love the Concorde because of that. That's why we that's why we favorite the Concordes, and that's why Concordes don't have an additional cost for you guys to send my way. Yeah, that's why the Concorde does not have an additional cost for you to send my way, because ultimately, if we can get that Concorde handled multiple times in one single stream, that is ideal. And if there's a plane that we can handle multiple times in one single stream, it's the Concorde. I mean, there's probably a few other planes we can do it depending upon what airport we're at, but the Concorde, with such a fast travel time, we can definitely get that handled multiple times. So, all right, we got you, Aryan, with the S plane contract. So we're going to go ahead and claim this plane from my rewards here, and we're going to schedule that plane to land as well. I probably should have hearted this other plane too. Yeah, we'll heart that plane just to make sure it lands with priority as well. Torino said, I don't think there's an airport in Woa with crossing runways. Isn't MS, I mean, I don't know if they necessarily cross, but like MSY, the runways do kind of like overlap a little bit, right? Or maybe I'm thinking it wrong. It's been a while since I played MSY. But yeah, where in Mexico did you go? I don't know if you're talking to me, Darius Pilot, but what's good, bro? I know in May I have a vacation scheduled. We go to Riviera Maya, like south to Cancun. Great time with the family. Yeah, I'm going with the family, so that's gonna be great. Well, let's go ahead and accept this contract too. Now, even though the Streamathon is official end date is April 30th, I might extend my daily streams a little bit longer, so that way, you know, especially if I'm not doing anything, I might as well get the streams in. You know, one of the things I kind of I was on X, Twitter, you know, I was on X the other day, and I kind of I ran into a post where somebody shared, you know, how like the success rates of YouTubers, and then I asked that person on that post, you know, how about gaming YouTubers? How does that data look? And you know, one of the things that caught my attention with gaming YouTubers that they estimated was that like there's only like they estimated at 10,000 gaming YouTubers from the US that have over 100,000 subscribers, right? And like I'm like really pushing hard this year to try and reach 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Right now I'm like almost at 9,000. What's my actual amount? Hold on. I'm at 8,710 subscribers on YouTube right now. But I think if my trend for the last quarter, for the quarter one of this year continues, I'll be just shy of 10,000 by the end of the year. So I need to do a little bit more in order to reach the 10,000. And not only that, but if I want to reach 100,000, then I have to do a lot more, right? So it's like, all right, there's, you know, I could be part of this small group of creators that have reached this amount. Should that really be my goal? I don't know, but right now that's like what I'm looking at right now. So at 10K, that's why I'm thinking about like extending my Streamathon into May But I have to see, you know, see what how I feel after doing this for 30 or 26 days, you know. Boitano said, bro, she sent the planes back. Well, I don't know when she handled this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if I handle Flamingo's planes today, and then on, what is it, Tuesday? Let's see. On Tuesday, my next Prague day, they're back, then my concerns are no longer valid, right? But, because, like, I think there's a few other players in here that also don't play every single airport every day, or just aren't playing World of Airports much anymore as well. But they have my stream schedule, and they are making sure well, that's what they told me, that they're just making sure that they handle those planes ahead of time, so that way we can keep making some progress, which is, I guess, a cool thing, you know. I mean, I would do the same thing if I was contracted with me, you know. I would want to, you know, help out the guy I have contracts with. Do you have hot cross buns in the US? I don't know. Darius said, I'm gonna get on WOA so my plane can be included in this vid. Nice. Yeah, we'll see how long we're actually gonna spend here, though. I mean, the way I'm looking at it, the airport's looking mighty busy, but the stands are looking pretty empty, and that's because of all these planes that are like queuing up. So I think what we're gonna do at this point is I'm gonna change the departure ratio, so that way we have more departures than landings. So I changed it to 1 to 5. So hopefully what that should do, it should open up, it should clear out the runway a little bit faster. So we got France, Japan's Concorde. We really I just really want the large planes to land. Oh yeah, we got this A319 I need to assign. We're gonna give this to Educate 4 Alt. Nice. Oh, I said Aryan before for this one. My bad, Educate. My bad, man. That was my fault. Sometimes I just like here's one thing about me. When I was when a couple how long ago? Maybe, I think it was like 10 years ago. I worked at a call center, and it was kind of hilarious because in the call center, in the call center, you're taking phone calls, you're talking on the phone with other people, and I'm supposed to be taking notes at the same time. So what would end up happening is that if I'm reading something, like somebody's chatting with me, sometimes I just speak out what I'm reading out loud, and like I have to tell the person on the phone, like, oh wait, my bad, that wasn't for you. Or sometimes also what'll happen is I just start typing what I'm saying instead of typing what I'm thinking. So like, I don't know, I get mixed up is what I'm trying to get at. I'm reading something even though I'm thinking something else, but I'll say out loud when I'm reading, you know. It's been it's a known issue for me. Darius Pilot says, first time playing after the update. Nice. Adam Cack, you got a puppy? Oh my gosh. I remember my first like 3 months with the puppy were rough. No pun intended. Yeah, they were tough because like you're supposed to like let I mean, it depends on how old the dog is, right? But if it's like a real like brand new puppy, 6 to 8 weeks, like then you're supposed to like let the dog out, and like that way it can learn really quickly that it's not okay to pee in the house and you have to pee outside. So it's almost like in a way like the babies, where you have to like wake up with the baby every like hour and a half to feed the baby. Same thing with the dog. Like every 2 or 3 hours, we let the dog out, and I had to go out there with them. It was rough. And then the dog was like biting everything. We had to teach him what was okay to bite and what wasn't. I don't know if I would do that again. I don't think I would. I mean, it was a great experience though. Yo, what's up, Flight Crew Planes? You live in Prague and you love spotting at that airport? Nice. I feel like I think Prague is like one of the most accurate airports in the game, right? Because the developers are from the Czech Republic, right? So, and I believe at one point, I'm not sure if they still do, but I know at one point in the beginning of World of Airports creation, they were sponsored or collaborating or partnered with Prague Airport. So that probably helped, right? With getting, you know, some realistic airport creation from it. That said, 1,000 points towards the Concorde for me. Thank you, man. I think everybody here really like to see the Concorde. I'm excited to see like if we can unlock it. I don't know if I can. Can I even contribute points? Let me see. Can I contribute my 2,000 points? I don't know, but ultimately, I think it's going to be a fun thing. I think we can do it. It's like 500,000 seems like a lot, but when you realize that there's like every person can give up to 2,000 points per day, not just 2,000 points per day, but they can also what am I trying to say? They can give 2,000 points per day, but I'm also going to be streaming 6 days a week. So if like one single person can give like 12,000 points per week, right? Now, not everybody has all of those points, right? Granted, especially if you haven't been here for a while, or you're not here every single stream. But there are ways you can get points, right? You get points for just watching on Twitch. You get points for clicking on the gift box that happens, a little treasure chest that pops up every once in a while. You get points by joining me on the raid. So at the end of the stream, we're going to send you all off to another streamer. And with that, you get points if you join in with that. So don't exit, you know. Don't leave don't close out the stream before we're actually done. Join the raid, watch a few minutes of the other streamer, see if you like them. And if not, then come back again tomorrow. Aryan wants, can I have the golden for your accent color? Yeah, I will take a look. Alright, I'm pretty far behind in chat right now. I'm like 8 minutes, guys. I am slowly scrolling down, but I'm trying to look here. Do we have any new stream streaks? Yeah, we got Educate with the 7 stream streak. Nice. Congrats, Educate. Thanks for being here, bro. Yo, what's up, Zyrox? Thanks for thanks so much for putting together the stream at HON. What does that mean? Oh, Streamathon. The Streamathon. I've been really enjoying it so far. I'm generally happy to spend my time hanging out in your streams. Yeah, thank you, Matt. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate everybody being here, and I appreciate just the reminders too. Every once in a while I need a reminder like that, like, hey, this is worth doing. You guys are happy to be here. I don't look at to see how many viewers are joining my streams during my streams, because I don't want that to there's a couple of reasons, right? I don't want that to put me down. So like I don't want if there's only 5 people here, then, which are definitely a lot more just based on the chat, right? But like if there's only 5 people here, I don't want to stop what I'm doing, right? I want to keep showing up. I want to keep talking to you guys. I want to keep talking to all 5 of you. But like then again, if there's like 200 people here, I also don't want to like have a panic attack, Not that I would. I'm kind of I've talked to big crowds before, but like, yeah, it's like, how to put it. I don't want that to affect the way I handle myself. So I appreciate you saying that. And yeah, back to like what I was saying about like the YouTube, about like how only 10,000 US YouTubers that play are gaming YouTubers have 100,000 plus subscribers. Most of those YouTubers took 4 to 5 years of full-time content to get there, right? So it's like, man, I'm on year, I think 5, right? Hold on. The follow time. Let's do that. Follow. 4 years, 5 days, 3 hours. So I've been on Twitch for 4 years, right? So it's like, and I'm at 10,000, like, so it got me wondering, like, what can happen if I do more, right? So this Streamathon is also kind of like a light test of like what would happen. Is this doable? Like, not that I'm trying to make a full-time income with this right away, but like, is this something I can grow? And that's also why I'm doing that St. Martin video too, because that's also why I'm doing the St. Martin video, because I want to, see if I can expand to like different avenues, different areas, do like a travel vlog. So that way, maybe a sponsor would want to do that video more than a gaming video, for example. But still, show up every Saturday and maybe more frequently for World of Airports and our live streams. And we, World of Airports would benefit because they would get new people watching the stream, which means new people playing the game that wouldn't be watching the game before. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. How thin are your walls? Because the kids are really loud. That's what it is. And then I have my gain turned up on my microphone, because one of my pet peeves for when I'm watching other streamers is I don't like it when I have to turn the stream up to max volume and my speakers to max volume just so I could hear somebody, because then I always forget to turn the volume down, and then I blow out my ears when I just like play a YouTube video or play some music. So I have very high gain on my microphone, and then because I'm constantly talking, the microphone is also picking things up. Now if I stop talking, it's not going to pick up that extra noise over there, but because I'm talking, it's picking up the noise here. I could probably fix a few settings on my microphone so that way it's more directed, but that's like one of the things that like would take a lot of like effort, and it's like I don't know if it's worth the extra effort for me at this time. Maybe eventually, like it'll be worth the extra effort, especially like I watch back some of these streams, so if like I realize, oh man, it's really annoying, then I might put in the extra effort. But for now, I want to put my energy and effort elsewhere. Like one of the things I did, by the way, how yesterday we had the spin the wheel, thanks to Educate. Thanks again for donating the 2 gifted subs, one on Twitch and one on YouTube. And we had the ramp agent come up, right? We had the no ramp agent for 5 minutes, and I told you guys yesterday I wanted to set up a timer that you guys could see on stream that says there's no ramp agent. So look what I got here. Why does it say 0 minutes though? That's not what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to refresh. There we go. So now we got little timers up here. Now it's like on my face, so I need to like figure out where I'm actually going to put it. But I got those little timers created for each of those events that'll happen if when we get like gifted subs or donated donations. Have you ever been colonized by Defoe? Of course. I mean, who hasn't, right? Especially because like I'm like the opposite time zone of Defoe. So like when I'm playing at like 8 o'clock at night or 9 o'clock at night, and I'm playing at like BKK, I get a lot of his planes. I'll just say I'll get a lot of their planes at my BKK because they're playing at Hong Kong or something, right? So yeah, I get a lot of their planes. Bleeding said just close the game, go to the start screen and load Prague back up, but then all these planes have to taxi again, which actually might not be so bad because it looks like they're not moving, right? They're not even going anywhere. So let's run should I do a poll? I don't know, man. Oh no. And what path is this taking? It has to go that way because it's going right there. This one's going to go right there. This one's going to go all the way. And actually, we got a bunch of large. Or that's not a large plane. This is the large plane. And then the Concordes. There's no Concordes. Concordes all left. All right, it looks like the 5 are taking off now, so we'll see. I'm trying to scroll in chat. I'm trying to catch up. Ultra asked if I streamed that whole 4 years. I was streaming on YouTube before I was streaming on Twitch. So I switched over to Twitch because of like the extra functionality that Twitch offers, as well as like some of the culture on Twitch is a little bit different than it is on YouTube. So I vibed with that, and I wanted to kind of go with that as well. Look, a Concorde that's not hearted. Here's 2 Concordes not hearted. 359. The tough part about Prague, man. All these planes. Oh, a gold plane. All these planes, but like just not enough room for landing. Not enough room. Yo, what's up, Mert? I think I saw something before. Yeah, you got a 15 stream streak. Nice, nice to see you, man. No sound. That was my fault. I wasn't talking, bro. Sorry guys, I have a couple things that are taken care of. The babysit one of the babysitters that we have is texting me. I texted them like earlier, like what, 4 hours ago I think, or something, and now they're texting me. So it's like, okay, now I know one of the babysitters, oops, can't come tomorrow. But now I have to find somebody for tomorrow, and But she can come on Saturday, which is good because my mom can't come on Saturday. Now we just gotta figure out who's gonna come tomorrow, because like this messes me up because I have like 2 meetings tomorrow. I have this I have the stream tomorrow, and then I have a meeting as well in the afternoon. So it's like, you know, not having a babysitter is gonna be rough. Maybe I could ask my babysitter. Yeah, I should do that. Yeah, I'm just trying to take care of home business, so my bad for being so quiet here. I'll just talk about the Streamathon, guys. So we are doing a Streamathon here, and every single day this month we are doing a live stream, except Sundays. Sundays I'm going to take off. I'm going to go to church, and this Sunday's Easter Sunday too. I didn't even realize that until like a few days ago, but so that's good because I wasn't gonna want to stream on Easter Sunday. I'm supposed to spend that with family, and usually I spend it at the church and then with the family a little bit. So ultimately, yeah, works out nicely. But we're streaming every single day this week. We have different start times for every single stream. Type in !Friday, for example, to see what time. Or actually, no, you don't see the times. If you do !Friday, it'll show you what airports we play. You have to join the Phat Airlines Discord to find out the times. And I'll bring it up here. I'm not going to bring it up too long because we're not playing World of Airports while this is up. But you can see the stream schedule there. Take a quick snapshot if you need it. But it's in the Phat Airlines announcement channel. And the cool thing with the Discord announcement is it will adjust based on your time zone too. That's the way I have it set up. So we have that. We also have a Concorde. We're trying to unlock the Concorde. So with the Concorde on Twitch, if you guys have channel points, you can contribute your channel points towards me unlocking the Concorde. And that is going to be pretty cool because we do need to reach 500,000 points for that Concorde. So it's not going to be easy, but it is achievable because every single day you are able to every single day you're able to or every single stream I should say, you're able to contribute a maximum of 2,000 points. So we have 26 days of this stream. Now I know some of these streams might not be at a great time for you, but we still have 26 streams this month. Well, now 25 because yesterday you can't contribute anymore. But have 25 more chances to contribute. And if you don't have 2,000 points, no worries. Just join the streams. We're going to be rating another streamer, which on Twitch, that means we're sending all my viewers to another streamer. So that's pretty cool. And you get points for joining in on that stream. So that's how you're going to get more points when you're playing, when you are watching here. Additionally, we also have our wheel spin, which is going to give different effects onto the stream. We have, penalties like grounding all flights, manual mode, and no ramp agents. We have where we're going to buy planes. We also have where we are going to do a Concorde giveaway. Now, I don't have the Concorde on this account right now, but what I do have is the Concorde on my main account, the Phat Rican. So on the Phat Rican, I will buy a Concorde and we'll host a giveaway on the Phat Airlines Discord that will end usually about like 2 or 3 hours after the stream. That way everybody has a chance to join the Discord and then join the giveaway. But that way people who are here live have the opportunity to join. It's gonna be a quick giveaway is what I'm saying. So that is going to be really cool. What else is happening? What else is happening? That's the Streamathon. We're still streaming every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, and we will be here. Let me see here. Got a Phat M plane contract from Woodhall from James Woodhall. Nice. Awesome. Guys, I see we got a contract here from Rhoda Bridge, from Sammy, and from Cyrus Airlines. If you guys want to get, for me to accept that contract, you do need to go to Twitch, go underneath the chat, and click on the M plane contract, for example, so that way we can accept the M plane. So this is a small plane, S plane, S plane, and this is a large plane. So you do one of those, and then that will get me to accept the contract. It is a great month to do contracts with my stream only account, because I'm gonna be here every day. Now I'm not playing every single airport every day, right? But I am doing, we do have our stream schedule. We do have our airport schedule as well. So we're going to be playing airport number 1 and airport number 2 for every single stream. Speaking of, airport 2 is Innsbruck today, right? And what time is it now? It is almost 4 p.m. So we do need to switch airports very soon. And this is actually why, like, Prague is one of the airports we're going to play twice in a week, because there's just so many planes. I do have the planes on pre-landing, which means that I go into the airports, I make sure that we have all the stands full before we start playing that airport that day. So sometimes what ends up happening too, when I pre-land planes that are already like in progress of being handled, they also take off, which is fine. It doesn't really affect anything when it comes to the stream, because I already started the handling ahead of time. But it's really great because it gets all these stands full, so that way I can get, like, essentially I've been able to like non-stop handle planes for a while, up until we ran into this traffic jam, right? Once we ran into the traffic jam, that's where we kind of ran into a big slowdown, because then the large planes couldn't get to their stands. So that caused a problem. Maybe next time we'll back out of the airport and come back in, even though what that does, it does require all the planes that aren't parked to go back. They have to land all over again and taxi all over again. But I think that's something we might consider doing next time. Now, the bad thing about it too is that all these planes too, they're gonna, because they don't have a chance to really take off from the airport, they're gonna be on a timer. They're gonna wait like 5 to 10 minutes before they actually show up on the radar. But I think with that, let me see here. How much time do we have on this? 8 minutes. We don't got 8 minutes. 3 minutes. We might have 3 minutes. 8 minutes over there. 9 minutes. So I think we'll give it 10 more minutes, which is yeah, we'll give it 10 minutes because I want this one to be done. Because if you look here, the rewards for this one is pretty massive. It's 10 minutes, right? But we get 189 XP, which is enough for the next level. We also get like 1,000 silver planes. So, and I know Hammy is an active player. I don't know how often Hammy plays GRU, but I know Hammy's been reminding me about it in the stream, so definitely want to make sure we get that. Hammy's been following for 3 years, 8 months, so we're probably Ultra 3 years, 9 months. Okay, so I'm not quite. Probably my first Twitch stream might have happened in July. That makes sense actually, because I probably did. There's a lot of setup that has to happen ahead of time, right? Not a lot, but like there's some setup that has to happen before I go live on Twitch. Oh, and there goes all the planes being assigned. Poitana said, I'm pretty sure your Prague is blocked. Nah, bro, it's not blocked anymore. But that was, you said that like 10 minutes ago. That's why I changed my my approach ratio, my departure ratio to 5. So that way all those planes can take off. But now we just don't have any planes landing. When is tomorrow's stream? So tomorrow's stream is happening at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Commander asked, how long will the stream last? Well, I still need to play Innsbruck. I did commit to playing airports 1 and airports 2 on stream. So you'll see here I have airport 1 and airport 2. Airport 3 will happen if there's time, right? So I can play airport 1 and airport 2. So I'm going to go to Innsbruck and play some Innsbruck after this A388 pushes back. I guess all these other ones as well. So once all these planes end up being handled and pushed back, then we're going to switch airports. But as far as a time, I don't have a time yet in mind. You know, I am like texting people, so I'm which I typically don't try to do too much during streams, right? I try to like keep the focus on you guys. I try to keep the focus on you guys. Yeah, there's a lot going on today, so just trying to, you know, get everything solved. Trying to get everything solved, and I'm working with my wife to get it solved, but she's working too, so it's like, you know, there's only so much we all can do at once. And that we got Meek Raven of Bronze Realm to Innsbruck with that gold livery. Guys, if you ever request a Phat Empire plane and you want a different color as the accent, you can always request it, by the way. I know I probably didn't I don't mention it often, but yeah, you can always get another a different color. So, all right, so we got a Woodhall family. We got Rhoda Bridge with the L plane as well. Okay, Rhoda Bridge. We got Phat M plane contract from James Hall family. So we gotta find an M plane that can make it to St. Martin. Is there an M plane that can make it to St. Martin? I don't have. Do I have the A21NY? I do have the A21NY unlocked. Let's go. It can go to St. Martin, so we're gonna do that. Do I have a livery? I do. All right. Yesterday's raid was interesting. You don't like turtles, bro? I'm gonna heart this plane here, and we are going to also assign that plane. Thank you. I think Hammy, you tagged me for something, and it was something about a redemption, and that got me. That reminded me about the James Woodhall's redemption too. I'm trying to catch up in chat here. Sammy said it's just a renewal, not a contract. See, that's one thing I really wish there was a way for me to tell it was a renewal. There's no way for me to tell, so I'm gonna work on the honor system here. But yeah, I really wish there was a way to tell that like this is a plane that is that's been here before, you know. Yo, what's up, SF Striker? Everything's good, man. Congrats for your daughter. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, things are great, you know. Just been busy. I shut down one business. I'm starting up a new one. I'm you know, trying to grow this. I have a new inspiration to kind of grow the Phat Airlines channel based on some data I received about like YouTube in general. So just like kind of like trying to take my inspiration and apply it, so that way I don't have to work I'm not required to work my full-time job. You know, because like right now it's a requirement. I have to go there. I'm like you know, I'm tied to it. I need to go there. I can't not have that job, otherwise, you know, things could go horribly wrong. So I'm just trying to set myself up for like greater success. And I like my job. Don't get me wrong, but just trying to, you know, do a lot of things that way I'm not dependent on that one. It just feels awkward, especially now that like I have 2 kids and my wife also, you know, depending on me. Now my wife, she has a job too, so she's not like depending upon me, but like I am like the you know, I'm the man of the house. I'm just trying to do all the right things, trying to do all the things. I mean, I did lose 50 pounds, so that was nice. I did it for myself, but I did it by being inspired by my kids, you know. They were my motivation for that, so really happy, really it's looking positive. The future is looking positive. You know, we got 2 vacations scheduled this year, both with the kids, which is cool. I want to schedule one more with just me and the wife, which we're trying to figure out. But yeah, you know, things are good. Thank you, man. Boy, time to have a good one, man. Riker says, hard to see the streams, but I always watch the replay. Well, that's also appreciated, man. I know, especially like with my streams being at 11 a.m. Eastern every Saturday, that time doesn't necessarily always work for everybody, right? I know like there's a couple streamers that I watch, and they stream like the same thing at noon on Saturday, and I can never join them on noon at Saturday, right? Because I'm streaming. So it's like, and then like, for example, like if you have like school, or if you're in sports or some other activity that happens at that time, it's just not going to work. Or if you're in like in the eastern part of the world, you're in an Asian time zone, right? That's also not going to work for you, because it's like midnight when I stream. So yeah, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you watching the streams back too. That's pretty nice, pretty cool. Okay, so I did schedule a flamingo plane to land, but I didn't get to handle it, so I would not know if flamingo's playing or not, which is sad, because that should be part of my test here. Oh look, this plane is at 10 out of 10. I didn't even realize that. That's cool. This one's going to be at 10 out of 10, so that's exciting for next stream. And we're waiting for Woodhull family. We're gonna land. Let's land this 748. Luna loves this game. Nice, I do too, man. Or I call everybody a man, but I'm guessing if your name's Luna, you're probably not a man. But yeah, everybody's a man on the internet until proven otherwise, right? That's actually why I love the internet too, because like you would like, it's funny, I'm a part of like a bunch of Discord communities, right? And they don't know like I have a YouTube channel, or that I stream and stuff, so they don't know what I look like, right? And it's funny because like for some people, like you don't even realize that they're a female or a girl, and it doesn't matter to me, but they also don't know what I look like, right? So it's like when I do show them a picture of myself, they're like, wow, you're like nothing what I thought you would look like. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? It's like, I know I look better in real life. Like, that's what I tell them. But just having fun. But yeah. What was I getting at? Yeah, everybody's like equal on the internet. You're just like your username, and it doesn't matter if you're a male or female. I love. Please repair clocks because they are still at the screen but finished a few minutes ago. Oh my gosh. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. That shouldn't have happened. That timer. Weird. How did that happen? I have to find out one of these days. Like tomorrow. Later today. Yeah, technically, this is supposed to be my stream end time is right now. But we're waiting for a few of these planes to finish handling, like this one right here. I'm also trying to get a couple of planes landed, especially like these hearted Concordes. I'm trying to get these planes to land. What else am I trying to do? Then we're gonna switch over to Innsbruck so we can play that the second airport that we committed to playing on the stream. So this stream is going to go a little bit longer, which I guess is good. That means you guys get more points, right? More points. 4 points. What's up, free Assyrian ball? So can I have a plane to my Muscat? Nice. You should always put in your username, bro. Because like, right, what if somebody is able to send you a plane? They don't know where to send it to. I always recommend when you're asking, especially if your username is different than your World of Airports username, you definitely want to like tell people what your username is. But even if it is the same, it's still it's still a good idea to share what your username is, so that way there's no confusion. Statue, thank you so much for the heads up, bro. I didn't realize that because my YouTube monitor is very small right now, so I apologize about that. It's Rundown Concept 99. Nice. So they want some planes to Muscat. Alright, we got the A21NY, which is going to go to Woodhall family at St. Martin. I definitely typed that wrong. All right, one more time. Probably a space then. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 98. Gotcha. Thank you, man. Glad I saw your message. All right, no gate, no space. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. All right, thanks for the clarification. You got that contract coming now. Get this plane landed. Connection with Woodhall family has been established. Nice. All right, what I'm oh, this is a cool call sign. I probably say this every time I see it too. It's like Italy and it's coming from Bari. So James Woodhall. With your username, the username is not case sensitive, which is actually pretty cool. So like if you're typing in someone's username, the capitalization of the username does not matter. But when it comes to their player ID, which is what you get by going into menu and then clicking this copy button over here, that player ID is case sensitive. So like your username, like you could type Phat Empire all lowercase and it would still come through to me. But if you were to type in my ID and it didn't match exactly the way it was typed, then it wouldn't. Then you would run into some issues. It wouldn't. Yeah, you would run into some issues. Road to Bridge wants to know what airport is everyone playing at the moment. So my main airports on my main account, the Fat Rican, are LHR. I'm playing that every single day. And just because I'm playing an airport every single day, though, doesn't mean I'm like able to get to your planes every day. I have over 2,000 contracts at LHR, but I get like 400 contracts done every single day, or planes handled, I should say, every single day at LHR. So I play LHR every single day. I play IAD, BKK. I also play HKG as well. Those are like my main airports. I've been playing some Phat Airlines as well, which is my free-to-play account. I've been playing a bunch of that lately. I've been having a good time playing that, actually, because I do enjoy leveling up. So like having that opportunity to like level up my airports again does feel really good. Statue wants to know, what features would you like to see in the game in the future? That is actually a great question, and one of the things that I'm going to work on a video on doing, or maybe even a Saturday live stream. We might talk about that. But there are a few features I really want to see. I want to see more gameplay features, more than like airports or like new plane models. I know how important airports and plane models are to the game, but I want to see more features added to the games. You know, things that like some quality of life stuff, but also some things that add a little bit more a little bit of change to the way we handle things in the game right now. So I have a document in ClickUp. You know, that's where I keep a lot of my video ideas and my stream ideas. I have a document there. So I have a document in ClickUp that I have where I'm keeping track of what ideas I want to talk about on that stream. I haven't looked at it in a while, so it's like there's a bunch of things like I could talk about right now, but like what are my top ones? I'm trying to like keep it to my top ones when I talk about it, because that way I know sometimes the developers watch and listen to my streams too. So like I want to make sure that if they are watching when I'm talking about like what I would like to see, that I'm not just talking about myself. I'm talking about like I'm talking for the community too, you know, because like I'm not just representing me. I'm like kind of showing up for you guys too. I'm like sometimes your voice. So there's some certain things that like I don't really care about, but like enough people talk about it, and I still mention it, you know. So yep. Yo, peace out, made to move. Thanks for hopping in, bro. You got free Syrian balls playing as a random contract? Nice. That's crazy. That's really cool. What are the chances, right? Like that they show up here and chat and you got their plane? That's awesome. Ultra says my work is easy because you're leaving us on a cliffhanger. Have you looked at stats about how many viewers you have from every continent? Might not have many viewers on Monday. So here's the problem, Ultra, about like my stats, right? So, and this is the problem with data, right? So like, of course, if I stream on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern, of course I'm going to have lower viewer counts than normal. And why is that? It's because I don't ever stream at 9 p.m. on Monday, right? Same thing, you know, with these other weekdays too, right? I'm chancing where I'm going to have some moments where I might have lower viewer counts, but with the nighttime streams in particular, one of the things I have to keep in mind is that, you know, there's a lot of people who aren't discovering me because they're on YouTube, you know, at home, or they're on Twitch, you know, browsing, mostly YouTube, and then people come to Twitch after that. But so they're on YouTube browsing, but I'm not going to show up as a live stream if they're not browsing while I'm live. And how many people from Asia, or you know, how many people are browsing at 9 p.m. at different parts of the world, right? Nobody from Europe is going to be, or very few people from Europe are going to be browsing at 9 p.m. because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. But the people from Asia who don't get an opportunity to watch me because I'm usually streaming at 11 a.m., which is like 11 p.m. their time, now they have an opportunity to perhaps watch me and see me. So, of course, it's gonna, like, the metrics are gonna suffer for that the first few days or whatever, but that's just like the way, like, that's why data by itself needs context when you're looking at it, and that's what a good a good analyst is going to do. They're going to understand the context behind it, the definitions of certain things, and that's what I do at my job, right? So like there's certain times, I could give an example, but I don't want to. But there are certain times of the year where certain metrics are always going to be lower, and that's because of the way like this a sales cycle works, right? For the company I work for, and if every time like there's a new executive or a new leader working in the business, they get concerned because they see that dip. But like we explain to them, hey, this dip in the metric is normal, and this is why it's normal. It's gonna recover itself in a couple of weeks. So same thing here. You got a ClickUp ad? What the heck? I just talked about ClickUp, and now I gave you a ClickUp ad. Maybe I start talking about different companies, and then I could probably get a bit more ad bucks that way. That's kind of crazy. Oh, you've gotten it before this. Okay, it sounds like you've gotten it before this, because I talked about ClickUp once, and then all of a sudden, like if you're starting to get ClickUp ads now, like that would have been. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah. Syrian Bell says I'm in Asia and it's 11 p.m. So you must be like in Western Asia, right? Yeah, Saudi. Yep, there we go. This is parked. We're gonna switch over to Innsbruck now. I might spend like 30 minutes or so at Innsbruck. We'll see what this looks like. Oh, we gotta wait for it to park. There it goes. So that was it for Prague. I did already accept the event planes, by the way. There was event planes at Bari. There was event planes at Prague. I can't accept at Leipzig. I can't accept at Nagoya. I don't have them unlocked. Anything at Hong Kong? Nothing at Hong Kong. Oh, I forgot to add CNN to my schedule, guys. I'm going to have to update my schedule because we don't have CNN on there. Do we really need CNN? I don't know. Because like I don't even know if it's worth playing, because like it's our first generic airport and it's our only generic airport right now. And the question I have in regards to generic airports is, do we get the next generic airport for free by maxing out CNN and then reaching like the next level after it releases? Like if that's the case, then there's definitely a reason to go in there and to max it out. But if that's not the case, I don't know. It might not be worth it to play it on my Stream account as often or as frequently. So something for us to think about, for me to think about, and hopefully World Airport developers can kind of like let us know how that's going to work. Because like, what we got Zurich coming up, which is going to be a mainline airport. But I would have thought that like in between Hong Kong and Zurich, there would have been also a generic airport. I know we did get an Innsbruck remodel, which is like really beautiful and looking great. But like I would have thought that we would have got a generic airport in between Hong Kong and Zurich, right? I would have thought the flow would have been, main airport, Hong Kong, generic airport, then followed by another main airport. But it sounds like we're going to get Zurich next. So it's like, I don't know. But I also wonder if we're going to get have the possibility of getting the next generic airport for free. Because generic airport, you have to pay gold planes in order to unlock CNN. There's no way to unlock it any other way. So with that, it's like, okay, something I think about, you could add CNN just as a third airport for today. Yeah, I think is there maybe we could remove Bari from one of these days, or Innsbruck from one of these days. Kind of like maybe like Bari slash CNN, Innsbruck slash CNN, because like we don't need to play Bari and Innsbruck 2 or 3 times a week. there's not, I mean, we are getting rewards, right? That's another part of advice I give to people. Like, go back to old airports, because there are still rewards for you to earn, right? We get airplanes. I get silver planes for reaching this next level, which we're pretty close. And I think there's a gold plane. Yeah, a gold plane. You get a livery over here, which they just added like these last 2 levels to Innsbruck. You get some more silver planes, which makes it easy to turn in your 10,000 silver planes for 10 gold planes, which is really the first thing you should be buying with your silver planes. You really shouldn't be buying anything else with your silver planes. So yeah, just let me also go in here and buy these D stands, because they added, World of Airports added new D stands to the game at Innsbruck, which do block, 2 stands. If you're parking a D plane here, you are blocking two planes from parking there. But the part that excites me the most is that for 8,000 wallers, I'm able to get 1 more contract capacity, and even more importantly to me is 1 more handling crew. So that means I can handle more planes at once. But there is something you got to keep in mind. They did not increase the number of equipment you have, right? So you're only maxed out at 5 boarding, 5 baggage, 5 cleaning, 1 cargo. Actually, I think it's 2 cargo. Are there 2 cargo stands? I think there are, right? You get 5 catering, 5 fuel, 5 lavatory, 5 water. So you're still maxed out at 5 for each of those services. So you still have to be a little bit strategic and smart about like when you're telling planes they can begin being handled. So I'm looking here just to see what these planes look like. Right? So this one. Right, so this plane over here has cleaning for about 4 minutes, and this one has boarding starting in about a minute. So that means like those are the only 2 planes being handled. That means I could start handling another 2 or 3 planes. Especially like this plane is only a minute for boarding, or technically deboarding, right? But it's only a minute for boarding. So what I could do, that's going to be on time for this guy. So there's like a nice little overlap. So I could handle like another plane here, and I could handle this plane as well. Now, if I was to try to handle 1 more plane, that's when I would start really running into some, maybe potentially an issue, because that's where, fuel cleaning might come into play. Cleaning over here is going to take 3 minutes, so that's going to take a while. This one's opening up the cleaning service. This one is done. That one's done. This one's done. We got a minute and a half on cleaning on this E170. I think it might be a good idea to start to do a smaller plane. We'll do a smaller plane over here. Let's make sure. Let's hope I'm not messing this up. We got 30 seconds on this boarding. So it looks like I might be able to start another boarding. Actually, this one's about to start. How many ambulifts do I have? I don't know. Whatever. TJ Bay said the equipment is fine because the 1D plane will block the 2 stands, so you need less equipment. That is true. That is true too. Because then you're not going to be tempted like I am right now to just start handling all the planes at once, which I'm always super tempted to do. Every time I see that yellow exclamation point there, I'm like, I gotta start handling it. I gotta do it right now. But no, it actually pays sometimes to wait. It could be beneficial to wait a little bit, because then you're not going to be delayed on your planes. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm waiting a little bit. I'm probably gonna see. I'm also clicking around to see what they look like. We got 2 minutes on fuel and 2 minutes on cleaning. That one's almost done with cleaning. A minute on cleaning over there. So I think, yeah, I'm definitely in the clear for this DH-8D to start handling. Even though I do want to get these seaplanes handled as well, but I got a lot of seaplanes already being handled, including this D plane being handled. So just gonna kind of take it easy, take it slow, take it smart. That way That way I don't run into any delayed planes. If Statue said also in Innsbruck only 5 aircraft can be handled safely at once due to the limited number of ground service vehicles. You could actually handle more, right? I'm handling what, 6, because, you know, for example, this plane right now is doing cleaning. There's no boarding, so I can handle more. And then if I look at my equipment too, I think I have like, I have 3 available boarding, so I can even start more boarding. The only problem is I don't have enough handling crew. I could probably get more handling crew by using my free claim over here, and then I could get this one started. I don't know why I didn't max out the crew. So yeah, that's what we got there. So you could definitely handle more than 5 at once. It's just you gotta time it right, you know. And that's why I turned off this needs attention button, requiring an action button, so that way I can click through and see what those look like. But I do need to schedule, tell some planes they are good to land. So we're gonna go ahead and get those planes landed. Gonna wait for this B738 because what I want to do is I want to see if I don't know, do I have any D planes waiting to land? I have a bunch of D planes waiting to land. Look at that. So I'm gonna wait for this plane to push to push back. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense because I already assigned something to stand 5, and 6A blocks 5 and 6. So really what I gotta do is I gotta wait for 7 and 8 to block to free up, and the same thing 9 and 10 to free up, which I guess is fine. So we'll park this SF-34 over here. I don't want to have like too many medium or seaplanes on the ground at once. There is another cargo gate on the opposite side of the airport. So yeah, let's see here. This is a combined stand. You're right. Yep. So one thing I didn't realize, but you can actually disable cargo or passenger from that stand too. I thought that was cool. Then we just back to passenger stand. So that's there's 2 there's 2 combined stands, because the other combined stand is this one, number 11, is up to D planes on number 11 over here. See you later, Adam Cack. DJ said, I rarely if ever have delays in for equipment delays. I think if you're handling like 6 seaplanes at once, you're gonna run into delays. I've had it happen to me, but most of the times you shouldn't have an abundance of seaplanes. You should have a mix of seaplanes and what's the other size? B planes. Maybe even like an A plane here or there, right? But for the most part, you're gonna have C and B, or yeah, C and B planes. What are y'all doing for Great Friday, Good Friday? Yeah, my church is having a prayer night, but like now I gotta figure out the babysitter situation. So I'm not sure what's gonna happen, because we're gonna ask the babysitter who's coming in tomorrow night, if she's able to come in tomorrow during the day. And if she is, then that makes it harder for me to go to church at night. That was the original plan, is for me to go to church at night. Well, we'll see what ends up happening. Playing it by ear. I mean, I don't bring the kids with me on the Friday night church service past their bedtime. Oh yeah, let's go see if we have any planes to accept here. We got Tony, we got France Japan, and we got Meek Raven. So Meek Raven's right there. We got France Japan right here. Normally I'm not I don't usually like recommend you guys contract with my Innsbruck, because like Innsbruck is going to be an airport that I rarely play, but because of the Streamathon, we do have some scheduled time where we are going to come in here and we are going to play it. So it might not be a terrible idea to send me some planes to Innsbruck, especially given like what only have 30 contracts, right? And let's see what. Like, okay, we're gonna cancel this contract. This person definitely not playing. 488 days. Yeah, you're good, bro. No worries, no hate, no worries. But I'm just gonna cancel it for you there. 247 days. Yeah, they're done too. No hate there. I think I didn't play. Right, I didn't play Innsbruck for like a year. I think Voitando's not here anymore, but it was a long time that I didn't play Innsbruck for. So no hate there. I just want to, you know, if they need to, if they come back and play those other airports, or come back and play World at airports, they could always send that to another player, or send it back to me. You know, they won't even know that it's missing. No, they won't even realize. Do I recommend St. Martin? St. Martin is a very hard airport to like level up. It's very it's a big grind, right? So it's not an airport that you're just going to like play today and then unlock LHR, you know, in a couple of weeks. I know there are some people who were able to do it like really quickly, but that's not the standard. That's not the rule. Most people, it takes a long time to unlock the next airport. So for that reason, it is a big grind, and it's like a small airport like this, like Innsbruck. But the problem is that there's not just like 32, or how many levels do you need for Bari? There's not just 27 levels at St. Martin. There's like 60 levels that you need in order to get to the next airport, right? So that adds up really quickly. The levels get longer and longer, right? So you go from needing 250 to maybe like, I forget what actual XP is, but it's like 400. So it is a grind if you're looking at getting that airport, so that way you can get LHR. But with that being said, I mean, it is only 4 gold planes to unlock, so it is a really cool airport for that reason, because what that does for you, it gives you access to like to start working on some of the newer airports, because St. Martin is like the airport that was released when 2.0 came out, right? And when by playing St. Martin, you're able to then unlock LHR and go through the rest of them: Sydney, BKK, you know, MSY. You keep going through the list, while also working on the beginning of the list if you're like Innsbruck still. And it's a lot more fun, in my opinion, to like be able to play 2 airports instead of just being stuck at Innsbruck the entire time. But I'm also like, if you don't buy gold airplanes, I don't usually recommend buying airports, because you can always unlock an airport for free. There are ways to get airports for free, right? So there are certain things in the game that you can't get for free ever, like a premium pass. You always have to buy premium passes with gold planes. So if you're going to spend your gold planes, you might be better off buying a premium pass instead of buying an airport. But if you're bored of just playing Innsbruck all day, every day, and you want some variety, you know, St. Martin's a great airport to unlock if you're okay with the grind. If you're not okay with the grind, and I'm not joking, it's a grind. But if you're not okay with the grind, you might want to take a look at my video I have about what airports you should unlock, because that video goes through how I rank every single airport and whether or not you should unlock it. Including, I briefly talk about Hong Kong in that video too. I think I usually don't recommend unlocking the newest airport in the game, because like right now, if we play Hong Kong and we reach max level, that's it. There's nothing else. There's nothing to unlock, right? So I much rather you spend your gold planes and get another airport to unlock after you're complete with it, right? But that's just my opinion there. You know, some people just don't ever recommend St. Martin because of how much of a grind it is. But as long as you know what you're getting yourself into, I think it is doable. You know, you can make it happen. Yeah, Hockey Fan said it nicely too. For free to play, you have to, and it's the cheapest to buy. Yeah, that makes sense. It is the cheapest one to buy, and that's why it's like that's why they said you have to. You don't have to, but it's the one that makes the most sense out of all of them, because then you could spend your gold planes on other things that you have on other things that you can't get for free. You know, that you can only buy with gold planes. Which airport you guys talking about in chat? You guys are talking about backtracking. You're talking about, oh, St. Martin with backtracking. I don't think planes ever land that way, right? So I think World of Airports does, like, they're not all about 100% realism, but they do have like some level of realism in the game. So like if there's like, I don't know if there would be backtracking that way. If that's what you're talking about, yeah. Runway 10 is in use. Is that the other way? Right. Oh, that's cool. It's my first time having a D plane park here. So that's how they park, huh? That's pretty cool. I didn't realize that. This plane now. That's going to runway, that's going to the runway. Alright, good. All of these are going to the runway. I think this plane here is going, yeah, it's being blocked by these planes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my best to make sure I'm queuing up these planes to take off. Just to finish with St. Martin, amazing scenery. They added, in my opinion, because it's very famous for approaches by the beach, but it's very long. 5 large stands, 1 shared stand, passenger, cargo, up to F. Yeah, for real, it is beautiful. It is a great airport. It's like experience, especially after having such a long gap between like getting a new airport or getting an update. So it was like a cool airport to have and to experience. And at that point we really didn't mind the grind, because like we were just happy to have an update. We were trying to figure out the game, because like so much changed with the game between like the 1.0 time and the 2.0 time. So it wasn't terrible at that time, but now compared to like some of the other airports we have, it is a grind. Not a lot. And like AI Torre Reno said there's only 5 large stands and 1 F stand, right? Which is shared for passenger and cargo. And the problem with that is that, you know, you get most of your XP from the larger planes, right? So you really don't get a lot of larger planes at St. Martin, and especially at those later levels, you need XP to really level up. And then if you're looking at the smaller planes, like you're not getting an SF-34 at St. Martin, but if you are, you're only getting like 30 XP, you know, maybe you're only getting 30 XP at tier 10. So it's not it is not exactly the fastest. You realize that if 28 is in use, landing planes don't have to back taxi, but departure have to, and runway 10 is in use. The same thing, but the opposite. That's true. That is true. I don't know which one is what, but like either way, yeah, planes would have to do some sort of backtracking. That is true. Didn't even think about that. Arian said, Phat, what would you recommend once I get the IAD premium passes? I'm at 93 gold planes. Oh, you're at 93 already. Nice. So should you get the A333, the Hong Kong premium pass, the AN12, or the DH64? I would not get the DH64 or the AN22. Both of those planes are expensive, and they're not like even profitable. Like the AN22, not profitable plane. The DH64, definitely not profitable. It costs like $1 million to buy. It's a good flex plane. It's a good plane to show off. Like if you have a lot of money in your airport and you just don't know how to spend it, then you can buy a DH64. But like, just set up some giveaways on the Phat Airlines Discord for some large planes. Buy 10 large planes or some 10 XL planes, and set up some giveaways on the Phat Airlines Discord, so that way you can send contracts to other players. That's one way to spend your money, right? Yeah, those two planes are really just for flexing, for spending your money. That's really what I see them as. Now, between A339 and Hong Kong, I'd probably go with the Hong Kong Premium Pass. I don't know what level you are in Hong Kong, but in general, I usually just go with the Premium Passes first, because you get so much more than just like one single plane. Now, granted, if you unlock the A339, you are able to, you know, buy that plane in all airports that you can, that plane is available. Like, you can't buy it at Innsbruck, right? But you could buy it at Prague. So you can buy it at all airports as long as you have the wallers for it. So that's really nice. But what I would recommend is really the Hong Kong Premium Pass. You get silver planes right off the bat. You get planes you can add to your fleet right off the bat. You get extra handling crew, which means you can handle more planes at once, which also means that you can play that airport a lot faster too, right? Because if you're handling more planes at once, that means you're also you're handling planes faster. So yeah, I would go with the Hong Kong Premium Pass. You know, A339 is going to be there still, and who knows if when the next airport comes out, maybe we get some liveries for free with the A339. I hope so. It's been a while since they've given us like free liveries, but I'm hoping so. How can I get VIP chat without subbing? Because it won't accept. So I'm not sure what you're talking about, but you know, there's a Twitch redemption where you can do it for 88,000 points. 88,888, I think it is. I forget how much it is. So I think that's what people were saying. You can do that Twitch redemption. You could also, if you're talking about the Phat Airlines Discord, you know, VIPs are you can get VIP by talking in Discord. It does take a lot of time. That's also a grind. It's not something that you're gonna get overnight, but you can reach, I think it's level 20 on Discord, and then you'll get free VIP. You can also become a subscriber on Twitch, and that'll get you VIP. You link your account, your Discord account to your Twitch account, and you'll automatically get access to VIP and all their access and powers and capabilities that they have. Or if you're looking actually for the cheapest way to get VIP as well, you can become a YouTube member. YouTube memberships, we have a basic membership, which is I think only $1. It's only $1 per month, and that'll get you access to all the VIP functions as well. Now the thing with YouTube, YouTube doesn't let you skip the ads with membership, but Twitch with your subscriptions, you get to quit all the ads. You don't get to get any ads. So I think that's another cool benefit about being a subscriber on Twitch, especially during this Streamathon. You know, we're going to be here every single day in April. We're going to be streaming for an hour and a half at minimum every single day, and except Sunday. And we'll still be here on Saturday at our normal time, 11 a.m. Eastern, and we're going to be here. We're going to unlock the Concorde, right? Because that's 500,000 points with the community. So once the community is able to contribute 500,000 points over the month, we're going to go ahead and unlock the Concorde. Also, we have the spin the wheel. So if anybody is nice enough, kind enough to donate a membership or to donate some cash or bits to the stream, then we will spin the wheel, which will add some challenges or force me to buy some planes, or maybe we do a Concorde giveaway. But yep, that's what's happening here. I've been looking forward to this Streamathon for a couple of weeks now. I didn't know when it was going to happen, because like for a while we weren't able to switch accounts, right? So I was locked into the Phat Recon on my iPad for like a month or two, right? So like I'm super happy like that this update fixed the switching accounts issue, because I've been looking forward to this Streamathon. I want to see like how does my progress move, I mean look at this already, granted I did get 5,000 silver planes from leveling up Innsbruck, but like I'm already at 10,000 silver planes. Like next Wednesday when I stream, or on Wednesday when I stream, I can easily get another 10 gold planes, when like it's been like 2 months since I gotten my 10 gold planes for free, and I got all of that just from playing a little bit every single day. And by going back to old airports, right? Because like if I keep leveling up Innsbruck and I get to level 41, I'm gonna get another 5,000 silver planes, and that's a huge boost, And then eventually, maybe we'll get to the point where I could actually go ahead and buy contract capacity in some of these airports without having to spend gold planes. Because right now I'm spending my gold planes on contract capacity when you guys are asking for requests, and I just don't have the capacity for it yet. So really cool. Let's see here. I'll see you later, Torino. I get VIP by giving some bits. Nah, there's no link between Twitch and Discord for bits, only for memberships. So or subscriptions, I should say, because memberships is a YouTube thing, but there's no link, there's no communication about how many bits you give or anything like that. There is also, and I didn't mention this, but there is also a Discord subscription as well. Not too many people do that, but there is that option as well if you want to subscribe through Discord instead. The cool thing about doing Discord subscription is that you do get the badge in Discord next to your name, whereas like everything else, you don't have a badge. Everybody else doesn't have a badge. So cool, man. Thanks. And there's no pressure to like to subscribe or anything like that. I am trying to make VIP more valuable. VIPs, they're able to do polls on our Discord poll channel. They're able to start giveaways on the Phat Airlines Discord. They get sneak peeks into certain things that is what I'm creating. So like for example, when it came to the Streamathon, I told the VIPs were one of the first people who found out that this was happening, and they were one of the first people to find out like the dates as well, right? So all of that, just like little things VIPs get to see ahead of time. I'm trying to do more things to make VIPs more valuable, but whether you're VIP or not, I really appreciate you guys like being here. But all right, I'm gonna wait for this plane to get to its stand, and then we're gonna end. While I'm waiting, I'm going to look for somebody to raid, because you guys want to stay here if you can, because by joining the raid, you're able to get Twitch points, which will help you with making redemptions, so that way we can make contracts together, or so we can unlock that Concorde, right? So let me see here. Nobody that I follow on Phat Airlines I want to raid right now, so I'm gonna look at people I follow on my personal account. Anybody there? Oh wait, let me see if there's anybody else streaming World at Airports. There. Oh, there's Aryan. Alright, Aryan. Nice. We'll raid Aryan. How about that? Let me just check this one more channel that I was looking at. Alright, yep, we're good. I'm good to go. This plane is parked. Alright, let's assign crew. Claim rewards. Here to land. Claim rewards. Alright, let's go. Alright, cool. Well, guys, thanks so much for joining today's stream. Day 2 of the Streamathon. I appreciate you guys so much. You know, tomorrow, let's check out what we're gonna do. Tomorrow we're gonna be here from 12:30 p.m. Eastern till 2 p.m. Eastern, maybe a little bit longer, maybe if you know, if everything works out. Actually, no, tomorrow I can't do longer. I have a meeting at 2:15. So yeah, tomorrow is gonna be 12:30 to 2 p.m. and we're gonna play some Muscat, some San Diego, and maybe some CNN, because I feel like we don't have a lot of player planes at Innsbruck, so I might change that up tomorrow. But we'll play it by ear. We'll see what it looks like. I don't even know if we're gonna have time to go to a third airport tomorrow. You know, today we had time because I spent an extra 40 minutes here compared to what was scheduled. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. We're gonna send you guys all over to Aryan. He, you know, I think Meek Raven of Bronze Realm, right? He's streaming right now. Give him a little support, give him a little love. He's part of this community too, and he sends a lot of planes. He's active on World at Airports. He might be open to getting some of your planes too, right? But guys, hope you have a fantastic day. Hope you enjoy, yeah, the rest of your day. Thanks for being here. If it's late, have a good night. If it's not late, have the great rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, everybody. Don't forget to stay for the raid, and you guys on YouTube, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.